Welcome to Twisted Liquid RC Boats. This episode of Twisted Liquid RC Boats is proudly brought to you by Slycat Racing. For all your RC boat needs, slycatracing.com. Good day, everyone. Welcome back to Twisted Liquid RC Boats and the continuation in our Zippkits A-Box Crackerbox build. Hope you guys are having a good day out there. Today in this episode, we're going to review a quick step that I've already got done, and it's a simple build that you got to do with some pieces that you get in the kit. And today we're going to cover building your radio box. Now guys, as you can see, I already got the procedure done. And when I went through all the video footage and took a look at it, recording it over a weekend while I done this simple little step, I had 45 minutes in video time recorded. Now I don't want to sit here and bore you guys with 45 minutes of video on how to put that simple radio box together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the way they want you to do it in the manual. I'm going to tell you the way that I quickly done it, which I changed just one little step in the procedure, and I'm going to give you a couple tricks on how I got to get this radio box together nice and square, got it semi-sealed up inside, and ready to put some holes in, ready to mount in the boat, and ready to do my mock-up and use it. Now if you guys are noticing in the video today, I've already got some hardware and some stuff mounted and done on the boat. And the reason that I'm doing it the way that I'm doing it before I put the deck on the boat is because I'm using a lot of parts here that are not Zippkits parts. Example, I'm using gizmo mounts. So because I'm using gizmo mounts, I had to do some engine drilling in my engine rails. I had to re-drill 2 holes and line it up with the stuffing tube. Also too, because I'm using a Slycat racing pipe on this boat, I had to do a little sanding around the grab rail holder in order to get the pipe to fit the boat properly. So my point is I'm doing a lot of custom work to make parts fit this boat that's not Zippkits parts. The hardware on the transom is Speedmaster, not Zippkits. So I'm going to show you in review videos how I done these steps, because some of them, exactly like this radio box, are just time consuming. And I like to be picky and fussy when I'm doing that work. And I take my time and do it, and I don't be in a rush. So as I said, let's review how we built our radio box. You get 7 pieces in the kit, guys. Let's do this good and correct and simple on you. You get 7 pieces of wood to build your radio box with. You've got 4 sides, 2 long ones and 2 short ones. You've got a bottom and you've got 2 tops. Now the 2 tops are meant to go together, so they give you a nice 1/8 of an inch lip around the top edge for your radio box lid to fit to. So the procedure that I used to build this was I done the 4 sides first. Just the 4 sides. I removed all the laser burn off all the wood. And when I got the 4 sides positioned together and ready to epoxy, I merely used 90-degree brackets to hold them with binder clips, a couple medium-sized clips and some little 90-degree aluminum brackets. And I built myself the basic rectangle first. Your short sides go on the inside of your long ones, because that makes it out to be the same exact length as the bottom of the box. Once I had the 4 sides epoxied together and in one piece, they say in the manual to put the bottom on next. Now I didn't do that. I put the first top lid on next. And the reason I done it was it's easier to go in through the bottom and seal this inside edge around here if you leave the bottom off, put this one on, do your sealing work, then put your bottom on, and seal in this way. So I just reversed it, that's all. It's a very simple thing. And I done my first top lid. Now guys, your first top lid is going to have the narrower opening. Don't put the bigger opening on, because if you do, you're going to have to rebuild your radio box. Put the smaller opening on the top, center it onto your sides that you already have pre-built, and let it cure. Do your inside sealing, like I done. Then lay your bottom on your box and epoxy that on. Now if you guys are observant and notice, there's approximately a 1/4 inch overhang on the bottom piece on both sides. It fits directly across our 5-inch engine rails in the back of our hull. And this gives you mounting room to mount it to the rear bulkheads right here in the boat. After I got my bottom and my first lid on, I put my last top lid on. Now your last top lid is a little bit bigger than every other piece. And I left the overhang on it. I left it like it was. It's just kind of a nice little edge around it. But I lined everything up nice and even. Now once I had the basic box built, and I had the wooden lid ready to lay on top of it like so it won't fall through, I had my box done and was ready to set up and use. Okay guys, in the manual, you're going to find a warning provided when you get to the radio box section. And in the kit, you get some small pieces of wood that you got to pop out, and they want you to build servo mounts out of to use in this radio box. Now the little warning that I found in the manual is it says, due to failures with wood servo mounts, we recommend only aluminum servo mounts now. Use the Zippkits number for a standard servo. Use this Zippkits number for a 1/4 scale servo. So, in your kit, when you see these small little pieces of wood that are meant to be put together for servo mounts, do not use them. They're not recommending it. They want you to use an aluminum servo mount like you see here. Now, I've got 2 of them here. I got a 1/4 scale one, which I'm going to use for my rudder, and I've got a standard scale one, which I'm going to use for my throttle. Now guys, I know you probably noticed, I got high-tech servos here in both. These are only cheap analog servos. They're not digital. It's an HS645 MG on the throttle, and it's an HS755 HB on the rudder. Now I like to use a 1/5 scale servo for extra strength on my rudder. I run it on all my gas boats. This is the way I do it. And I run a standard size servo for my throttle. I know I could get away with different sizes, but this setup has worked perfect for me for the 12 years that I've been doing this hobby. And I find these high-tech servos with Spectrum electronics are just a super reliable, great setup. Whether you buy cheap servos or you buy expensive digital ones, whatever you get, you can't beat high-tech. High-tech is a high-quality servo, and I suggest you use something like this. Now guys, I really like these little aluminum servo mounts. They lay the servo on its side so it can sit flat down in the bottom of your radio box. You can drill your holes and mount them with screws that are provided. Easy to hook up and do. Very simple, and it's a nice, neat piece inside of your radio box. The way I'm going to set them up is I'm probably going to have my 1/4 scale servo sitting like so in the bottom, and I'm going to have my standard servo sitting like so on this side. Now guys, I like to use throttle cables on my boats. I'm not really a lover of the linkages, and none of the boats I got here have a 90-degree throttle linkage on the engine. I run Bonsai throttle cables from Bonsai Sports. I find they're super easy to set up, super reliable. I've got boats here with cables on them for 12 years that are still working perfect. Haven't had a problem at all, and I find it a simple, easy system to hook up. The radio box is a very simple thing to do in this boat build. I want you to just take your time and do it. like I say, I done this over a weekend. I was in no rush. Do your 4 sides first. I laid my first top on just so I could seal around my inside edge easy through the bottom. Then I put my bottom on so I could seal in through here easily. And then I laid my final top on. And when you do, you've got yourself a nice sturdy little wooden radio box built. And it's great for your boat. It'll fit in there perfect. I've already got 1 coat of West Systems sealer on this, as you guys can see. I'm planning on getting a clear lid for it. In the kit, they only gave us a wooden lid. I'm going to take a run to my local hobby shop. I'm going to pick up some Lexan. I'm going to use that as a template and cut it out. So don't forget, guys, take your time, put your radio box together. Some binder clips, some 90-degree L brackets to hold your sides perfectly square as you're doing it is an excellent tip to work with. Don't use the wooden servo mounts that come in the kit. Forget about them. Discard them. And go get yourself some nice aluminum servo mounts for whatever size servo you prefer using. Because I know some guys are saying, why are you running big heavy servos? It's just the way I do it. It works for me. And once you got your aluminum mounts, get your box set up in your boat. Now guys, a couple of the steps I'm going to show you coming up are going to be review videos. Because I don't want to bore you guys with extensively long videos of just a radio box getting built. I don't want to bore you with extensively long videos of mounting the engine in this boat. And I don't want to bore you with extensively long videos on hooking that exhaust up and getting it to fit the boat perfect like I've done. I'm just going to review this stuff, keep it simple for you guys so that you can see it. You can have a good idea on how I done it. You can have a good idea on the parts that I used in this build and what works for me. Now, Zippkits in the manual does ask you to do most of this rigging work with the deck on the boat. They ask you to get all the woodwork done and they want you to then put the stuff in the hull. I left the deck off and done most of my rigging work. Because of the custom parts that I'm fitting, I'd like to have a little more room to work. I still have to take a trip to my local West Systems dealer and pick up some hardener for my 105 epoxy kit. I'm still not finished my inside sealing on the boat, but right now, guys, I do have 1 coat of sealing epoxy over the bottoms, the sides, the tops, the insides complete, the radio box. All the wood has got 1 coat of sealer on it. And I'm ready to get my 2nd coat on, and I'm ready to say that my sealing is done. I'm also going to review sealing with you coming up soon, the way I do it. I know that's going to really piss some guys off, but I can't help it. It's just the way I build the boats for durability and for extra water resistance. And I'm going to review how I done my fiberglassing in the bottom of the hull with you guys. I'm not going to bore you with crazy long videos. We're just going to review how we done the procedures, what's involved in getting it done, parts used, and we're going to move on ahead with our build. Because as you guys can notice in the last couple videos, I got a box here sitting on the bench. And I want to get this boat build finished so I can open up this box in front of you guys and we can start to have some fun. All the parts that I need to do this are either here in my home or they are on their way to me. You are going to see this boat on water soon, and sooner than later. So I've said this in build videos before. The only thing that's going to stop me is the dear Lord up above. So let's hope nothing happens and we get to take this boat to water and have some fun with it soon. I can't thank you guys enough for watching Twisted Liquid RC Boats. I truly appreciate your participation in this channel. I appreciate all your comments. I appreciate all your likes. I appreciate everything that you guys have to do involved with this channel. So thank you very much. I want you to have yourself a really, really, really good day and take care of yourself. I'll catch you in the next episode. Thanks for watching, everyone. Feel free to like and subscribe. Take care and stay safe.